Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wassalam ala khatam al-anbiya ashraf al-mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in amma ba'd. One of the calamities of our time is that people take their Islamic questions to those that are popular, not necessarily to those that are knowledgeable. People go based on shuhur, on popularity, not on who is afqah, who is more knowledgeable, more person of research and evidences, right? And this is a very sad time because those people that may be very good people that are in the public eye, they're du'at, they're callers toward Islam, they're YouTubers, they have whatever, are now having to answer questions they're really not qualified to answer. One of those is the issue of masturbation. And this is Al-Istimna or Aada Sirriya in Arabic as well known. This is something where all four of the well-known Madhahib, Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, Hanbali, all four of those Madhahib in their mu'tamid, in their relied upon opinion, have said it is haram. The great A'imma and Ulama of our time, Shaykh Abdul ibn Baz, the great Mufti, Shaykh Muhammad Salih Al-Fawzan, the great Faqih, one of the greatest scholars of fiqh to live in our generation, Shaykh Al-Albani, one of the greatest scholars of Hadith of our generations, Shaykh Salih Al-Fawzan, one of the greatest of them that's still alive, all of them said it's haram. But even then people take this question to people who really aren't qualified to be giving a fatwa. They're not muftis, right? We appreciate the work of du'at. May Allah reward them for what they do. But we have great scholars of Islam who are the ones that should be giving us fatwa. The one who is a mufti. For example, the mufti of this ummah at the time when he was alive, may Allah have mercy on him, the great scholar Shaykh Abdul ibn Baz said about masturbation that it is haram. And he clearly, here is his clip.
العادة السرية وهي الاستمناء باليد محرمة ولا تجوز وهي داخلة في قوله تعالى فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون.
Shaykh Abdul ibn Baz, no doubt to him being one of the greatest muftis of his time and of our time, but one of the greatest fuqaha in fiqh, from the greatest usuliyin in usul al-fiqh, Shaykh Muhammad ibn Salih Al-Uthaymin. Shaykh ibn Uthaymin, no introduction is needed. He was asked this question as well, and he also said masturbation is haram, not makruh, not mubah, haram. Here is the clip from him.
أما بالنسبة لهذه الفعلة أعني العادة السرية وهي الاستمناء باليد أو بغير اليد بالتمرغ على الأرض بالوسادة أي شيء، هذا حرام ولا يحل. الدليل قول الله تبارك وتعالى والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون.
One of the greatest scholars of Hadith, and we count the greatest mufti, greatest fuqaha, one of the greatest scholars of Hadith, Shaykh Nasruddin Al-Albani. Shaykh Al-Albani, no intro is needed for him. Shaykh Al-Albani was asked this question. Here he also said it's haram, mentioning the same ayah. And here is his clip.
الاسم أو العادة السرية يسمونها.
نعم.
هل حكمها حرام؟ بدون دليل.
حرام طبعا. الدليل والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون. الآية هكذا يفسرها الإمام الشافعي كأنه حرام لا يجوز.
One of the greatest scholars of this ummah that is still alive. These great scholars have passed away. One of the ones that is still alive, Shaykh Salih Al-Fawzan. No doubt to his academic abilities as well. He was asked this question. Here is what he said.
ويسمونها العادة السرية. هذه حرام. حرام للصائم وغيره. لقوله تعالى والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم. والاستمناء ليس من استمتاع بالزوجة ولا من ملك اليمين، فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون.
Now, the four well-known madhahib, Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, Hanbali. I'm putting the quotes again on the screen. all of them agree that masturbation is haram. The great scholars of this ummah from the bab of tafsir, from the ulama of tafsir like Ibn Kathir and others, they also mention these aqwal and saying that it is haram. If you look at the great scholars of our generation, Shaykh Abdul ibn Baz, Shaykh Muhammad Salih ibn Uthaymin, Shaykh Al-Albani, Shaykh Salih Al-Fawzan, all of them said it's haram. There is no doubt to this. The only thing that's been mentioned in tafsir regarding these ayat from Surah Al-Mu'minun that mention masturbation are those that show that it's haram. None of the Sahaba took these ayat and said that masturbation is not included here. This is something people are making assumptions. So, what is clear from the Quran itself, from Surah Al-Mu'minun, from the nasiha of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is our guide. When the Sahaba came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the authentic hadith and they said, "Oh Messenger of Allah, we are so in need of relieving ourselves, we feel like castrating ourselves. We're that desperate at that time. What should we do?" He didn't tell them, you know what, masturbate. No. He told them, fast. And this is not like saying, well, if he says fast, it doesn't mean you can't. No, this is the Nabi. He has to show the ummah solutions. And if there was another solution, he would have showed it to them. And the Prophet ﷺ gave this nasiyah from the Quran, from Hadith, from all four of the Madhahib, all four ai and the mu'tamid of their Madhahib, it is haram. So, now, is it a major sin or a minor sin? If you go to those things that are haram, you have the worst of sins like shirk, and then you have those major sins like drinking alcohol and zina, fornication and things, and then you have minor sins. No doubt the scholars of Islam consider this to be a minor sin. Doesn't mean it's okay, don't get this wrong, but it is not from the major sins. So if somebody is at the verge, and this is what darura, if you are at that point that you're about to make zina and you take a minor sin, no doubt it's better than the bigger sin, but that doesn't mean it's okay. It doesn't mean this is a regular solution. So if you are in need, get married. This is the nasiha of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Get married. And if you fall into the sin, don't despair, make tawbah. Don't talk about how common is it. Dr. Zakir Naik mentioned some statistics, but he knows these are based on studies that were done amongst kuffar in a very small group, in a controlled group. It does not represent the whole world. And some of those mention 95% and 80%. Some of them, like the one from the University of Chicago, it mentioned that 61% of men and 38% of women masturbate. And this was in 2009. Tayyib, if you had asked those people how many of them have lied, you would probably get 100% in their life. These are kuffar. If you had asked them how many made zina, you would probably get a much higher number. It doesn't mean, statistics don't make it okay. If somebody falls into the sin, like many of us fall into the sin of lying or backbiting or looking at things we shouldn't, what should we do? Turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make tawbah, and go to the halal means of getting married.